Trying to match your mic distance so we sound the same.
So we sound the same.
Chickadee check, check, check.
Hello, hello.
We're not moving. We are moving. This doesn't show it.
Super small because it's
I
got
don't
the
like that.
Dude,
Doing
look,
visuals again.
dude. You got the engineer back here, and things are all jacked up.
This
Dude,
guy broke it all.
look, your visuals are off. His visuals are on, but apparently his visuals are so acute on this fucking board. He could scrunch down those
He's
waveforms.
got it super small.
Yeah, he just knows.
Like everything else, it's just short.
Oh God! Wow!
I went
wow! You went there.
there. Did you hear about that guy that evaporated?
What?
Yeah, he'll be missed.
Oh.
I went there.
30, 90, 70 seconds of
Horrible.
Tyler, I don't know, telling fucking dad jokes.
Oh man, we went there. Okay.
Yeah, y'all are welcome.
What do you got, Joe Skelly?
Did I ever tell you about the time I failed Safety Town?
What? Safety Town? That sounds like a kid's book.
Listen, you're West Coast, Best Coast. Did you guys
West
have
Coast on the best coast.
Did y'all have a thing called Safety Town growing up?
No.
Where like in the summertime, your parents would send you over to the police station, and the cops would teach you like, don't take candy from strangers, or always listen to the police officers.
Oh.
It was like a 2-week course.
Really?
You never had that?
No. We got gang intervention conventions. Or
What was
whatever
it?
you want to call those.
Danger Stranger?
Danger stranger gang intervention. Shit. No,
Oh.
I'm joking. No, they don't. I mean, I didn't go to one.
Oh, so we had
But,
a course I had to go to as a kid called Safety Town. It's like 2 weeks in the summer.
Do you sleep there?
No, your parents take you up there every day.
Wow.
It's like a day-long summer camp. Maybe it's not 2 weeks. Maybe it's like a week. I don't remember.
Right.
And at the end, when you
And
were
they just try to brainwash you to listen to the police.
and when you graduate, the cool thing is like they have these pedal cars and they had streets painted in the parking lot,
Oh no.
so you could pedal around in these pedal cars like you're driving a car down the street and like
Right.
obey traffic signs or some shit. I don't
Practice your yielding.
know. Yeah. So you go through a week-long course about how to not get kidnapped and
Oh.
I mean, don't get in cars with strangers.
This is the
and
pre-ed course.
Yeah. And all this wild shit, right?
Right.
And the big thing is don't take candy from strangers, right?
Oh my.
And so like the last day of class, they get like McGruff the crime dog shows up,
Yeah, I do remember him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And some fucking creeper shows up, right? Wearing like a trench coat and like a fedora.
Yes.
And he's got like a bag of candy. He's
That's
like,
where that came from.
and he's like,
Makes sense.
hey, he just kind of sneaks into the gymnasium or whatever the fuck you're in, and he's trolling around in the back, and like while they're talking,
Oh no.
he's like, hey, anybody want some candy?
Oh no.
And fucking Joe Skelly's fat ass got up and ran right over there
Right.
and took the candy from the dude that they just told you all week
what did
long.
we just say?
Yeah.
They're like, but he's in here.
right.
He's part of the gig.
Right. Don't take candy from a stranger. So,
Oh no.
yeah, I failed Safety Town. They're like, you're fucked up, kid.
You ever had a person try to give you candy to get in the car?
Fuck no. Not that I can remember.
Right.
Maybe I pushed that out of my memory or something.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
So, Safety Town used to be run by a guy named Officer Howard,
Of course.
right? And everybody's like, "Oh, we love you, Officer Howard," because like little kids thought he was the coolest thing in the world, right? Then I remember in high school getting chased by Officer Howard.
Oh my god.
And that fucking dude snatched me up, and I'm like, "Come on, don't you remember me from Safety Town?"
Right.
That dude
I
was
took
like,
your course, man.
He
Let me
was like-
go.
"That ain't gonna work here, kid."
Oh no, he didn't give a fuck. Not about you.
Nah, he was a detective by then.
He's like, I can already tell you're gonna be useless to society. You're
He was-
going to jail.
He was no longer a beat cop. He was a detective. He'd gotten hardened by
Oh,
the streets.
no. That's horrible.
Yeah, he wasn't cool.
He didn't have that positive mentality anymore.
Mm-mm.
That's wild.
Yeah. And it was like, "But Officer Howard, don't you remember me?" He was like, and that dude probably saw 6 million kids go through Safety Town, so of
Right.
course he's not going to remember you. Right.
Right.
But you were just hoping. And they also had that one cop everybody called Pasta Pants
Why?
because it looked like somebody dumped a hot bowl of pasta down the back of her pants.
What the fuck?
Dude,
Her uniform's all fucked up.
dude,
She ironed it wrong.
no, dude, it just
Yeah.
looked like she had
Right.
fucking 2 ass cheeks full of fucking rigatoni jammed down the back of her pants, bro.
That can't be good.
And she would try to chase people.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, you'd be riding around on skateboards and be like, "Fuck, here comes Pasta Pants." Get the-
Oh no. But she could secretly haul ass.
No, she couldn't.
Oh, she couldn't.
No, so we just skateboard away.
You skateboard 10 feet, turn around to laugh.
She's like,
Oh no, this is horrible. You're
Yeah.
gonna get fucked, Joe Skelly. Not only is she gonna buy you fries, but then she's gonna fucking haul you out when she sees you next. She'll be the only cop in the city.
She's not
that-
even. I don't even think she's on the department
Oh,
anymore.
she will be. She will be. She'll be. I've been looking for Joe Skelly for a while.
Fucking Pasta
I heard
Pants.
this podcast, and I knew he was talking about me. It's gonna get back. You know those guys talk to each other down there.
Oh yeah.
You know that. Somebody's texting him right now. We ain't even aired this episode. And it's gonna happen.
Texted Pasta Pants.
Pasta Pants.
You need to come out of retirement.
Yeah, it's time to get him. It is time to get him.
No, never gonna happen.
You don't think so?
Never gonna happen, dude.
We used to have a cop that used to walk around with he had that old school snap holster, and his holster was always unsnapped.
Oh wow.
And I told him once, I was like, "Officer, you seem to be unsnapped there." He dead ass looked at me and was like, "Yeah, I like it that way." I'm like, "Yeah, tell me you're a fucking putz without telling me you're a putz."
Right. Hey, in your high school, how was your security at your high school?
Which one?
Oh, I forgot.
Which high school?
I forgot.
We got 4 or 5 in there. So
Right.
if we're talking about here,
Right.
fine. There was nothing. If we're talking about out there, they have the liaison, and then we have actual security guards.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I told you about some of them at my high school, right? You
Yeah.
had 55th always running up and down the hallway yelling at the top of his lungs, "Get out the hallway before
Get
I
out the
do my
hallway.
thing."
You're late.
Right. And then
Write you a slip.
you had another dude we called Tippy Turtle. Remember the
Oh.
cartoon Tippy Turtle?
I don't think so.
It was this ridiculous looking turtle that walked around on his tiptoes. There was something
Oh
wrong with this
my
dude. So
God.
everywhere he walked, he was always walking on his tiptoes.
That's a thing. I've seen people like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. They can't walk on their toes.
Yeah, and then we had Sugar Bear, who got busted for selling crack to students.
Those are the best. Those are the best
Right.
ones.
And then they, so we at lunch, or people skipping classes, whatever. They'd be out in
Right.
the courtyard smoking cigarettes, right? And they were banning smoking on campus, right? So there was like a little corner.
I think
So
you're
that's where,
dating yourself saying that
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
homie.
that's where all the smokers would go, right? And one dude would stand in the corner and smoke, and then everybody would form a wall facing outwards to look for security, right?
Wow.
And they had this one dude named Frost. This motherfucker was a ninja, bro. He was a fucking
Was he
ninja.
the smoker or the security guy?
The security dude was like a fucking
Oh.
ninja, bro.
Right. He
'Cause
showed
you
up
would-
out of nowhere.
Dude, you would have that wall of security looking out for you while you were smoking.
He
And
shows
so-
up above you guys.
Dude, and that dude would show up in between your wall of security and you smoke in the corner
Right.
like, "I got you, motherfucker." And you're
Right.
like, where
Jumped
the-
out of the bushes.
like, where the fuck did you come from?
That's epic. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we didn't. I never had to deal with security.
Dude, my high school was wild. Dude, they had these two guys who left campus at lunch, went down the street, robbed the bank, came back to school and stuck all the money in their locker.
Oh,
Dude,
that's a good run.
yeah.
It's kind of smart.
Yeah, well,
Kind of.
what happened was motherfuckers never took the money out of their locker because they were afraid to carry it out of the building, and they fucking got popped because they saw my camera, called the local high school, and be like, you know these two dudes? And one of the security guards like, yeah, I know where they're at, and they went down to the locker and found like the $50,000
Why would you
they made
stash
at
it
lunch.
in your own locker, bro? We had stash lockers all over the school.
They're dumb.
You just knew which lockers were dead. Nobody was using them. And you stashed all your illegals in there.
Yeah,
You never stashed it in your own locker.
dude, my high school was wild.
Mm-hmm.
At one time in the courtyard during lunch, somebody found this giant dead pigeon. I mean, this thing it looked like a hawk. It was so big.
Mm-hmm.
And they stuck it in this girl's backpack.
Oh, yes.
And zipped that
is
shit up.
epic.
Zip that shit up. She went back to class, got the next class.
Screaming.
You could hear it
Yeah.
all over the high
Oh,
school.
my God.
She was screaming at the top of her lungs because she opened up her backpack and that giant hawk-sized dead pigeon rolled out of that fucking
Oh,
thing.
my goodness. I think in 10th grade, I only know it was 10th grade because I was stuck in this stupid class they make 9th graders take in the state. They were like, you got to take this. You didn't take it in the West Coast. I'm like, oh, gosh, okay. So they put me in this class with some younger guys. That's where I met one of our homies that our other friends knows.
Okay.
He's a law enforcement officer now, so this is a good story. But we spent the entire year stealing the textbooks from science class.
Why were you stealing the
We
textbook?
dude, I don't know, because vandals, I guess.
And what would you do with these textbooks?
Oh, yeah, so we'd take them. We brought some of them home. I built an entire desk out of textbooks one year at my house. That was the half of the load that I took home. The other half we left in lockers. We left them in like 3 or 4 lockers. But the best part was we walked in one day halfway through the year, and the teacher was this cute little short broad who would never talk to us because we were just dicks. And she always looked scared when she was like yelling at you. She'd be like, please don't do that anymore. You know, that kind of broad. But I just remember coming in, and me and our friend, she goes, children, you're going to have to bring in your book set from home because somehow through half the year we've lost over 200 science books.
Jesus.
And we were like, oh, that's us. That's us. So we had to bring our science books back to school and start carrying them everywhere, which we caused that. And that was a pain. But yeah, you don't stash those in your locker, man. We stash them in the dead lockers.
Dude, not these
and then
idiots.
just left them.
Not these idiots.
Who stashes their crime stuff in their own
Dude,
locker?
they stuffed $50K.
That's a fucking hell of a run for a high school student.
Dude,
that is a fucking load.
listen, they walked 1 block away, robbed the bank at lunch,
Genius.
threw it in a backpack, walked right back on campus and stuck
But
it
they
in their
had
locker.
no masks. Am I right? I mean, they had to have had no masks if they went right to the high school for them.
Yeah, they knew exactly who they were.
Bro, think about how great that crime would be, though, if you could do it in that 45-minute window. Who's going to think that you went back to a high school?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they looked like they were 12.
I mean, there's that. But I mean, you know.
We got robbed by 2 midgets today.
But think about it, you know, like you're going to lunch. I'm just thinking this through. You're going to lunch. You know, you got metal shop class after. You shoot over to shop. You switch to a fucking onesie, hopefully without your school name on it. Right? You
Right.
shoot down. You commit the crime. You dump that particular onesie. And you go back to class. That's G Unit. How do you I mean, obviously
They
fucked
fucked
this
that up. They fucked that
Yeah.
up big time.
Fucking idiots. Whatever,
Big
dude.
time.
Shout out to what could have been. Fuck you guys for messing that up. I mean, dude, you know the status of legendary you'd be? I mean, I'm assuming those guys got some status for that for those couple years anyways. Well, that they probably went to prison though, huh?
I'm guessing.
Yeah, they disappear. That's the thing about the West Coast has no tolerance, so people just disappear all the time. Literally, you'll be friends with a kid for 6 months, and then one day he's just not there anymore.
Because his ass is in jail.
Right. Or they go to DH, or just an outer district transfer, which is super common out there, obviously. Then your mom's driving 40 minutes to drop you off type of shit.
Well, in my school system, if you fucked up bad enough, they took you out of the school system and then they put you in the special school.
So I've heard about that too.
And if you fucked up at the special school,
You just
they
got
put
fucked?
they put you in the really special school.
Oh, they had like 3 degrees of that.
Yeah, where you would have to get literally buzzed in and out of the room with like chain link over the windows and shit.
Oh, that would give me anxiety. I
Mm.
couldn't handle that.
Yeah.
I remember when
But those kids would be so bad at lunchtime, they'd be sitting on the teacher's car drinking 40s and shit.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I remember coming to a school here and being able to see the building across the field and somebody being like, that's where they send all the hooligan kids. And I was like, you guys got a whole school dedicated to hooligan kids? They just kick you out where I'm from and you go to the next school.
Right.
You know,
No,
you
they
go to
didn't.
fucking
They
a
didn't
whole
play
bunch of
that in my
schools.
school system.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They didn't play that at all. They'd send your ass to the hooligan school, and then they sent you to the special hooligan school.
Remember those, I remember going all the way back to even elementary school and kids disappearing. One kid disappeared. I think we talked about this once, but the kid disappeared for like a month or something. Came back all reformed looking, dressed different. I mean, the kid was like a rock star for 5 minutes and until he went right back into his old ways.
Yeah.
But the fact that a kid, when you're a child and a child disappears and then reappears and looks different, I mean, you think of all kinds of wild shit.
Right.
They brainwashed him. They gave him a lobotomy. They tapped his fucking brain out.
Who knows?
You know, you just don't know.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah, out there, your friends just disappear.
That's
I've had
wild.
quite a few of them disappear.
That's wild.
I had a friend try to stab someone on the way home once, just because some dude was hitting on his girlfriend. And yeah, he disappeared.
Of
Like,
course
dude,
did.
he was there. He was there, and then we went through that. He went his separate way, and I never saw him again. Shout out to old Tran. God knows where the fuck he is now. You know what he tried to stab the kid with too?
What?
It's nice classic stiletto,
Oh yeah.
silver black.
Like where did he?
Just
How old
school,
was he?
bro? We were in 9th grade.
Wow.
I think I was in that school.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's when it starts, right? But everybody has weapons then, in that age. I think.
Somehow acquire like butterfly knives and all kinds of crazy
Right.
bullshit, right?
Right.
That's when you were getting interested in nunchucks.
Oh, that was way before. Those were way early. Yeah, no.
I had friends that were just trying to make nunchucks at home out of broom handles and shit. And they'd always
Oh,
fuck
God.
themselves up.
Yeah.
Swinging them around.
Or the fucking thing goes off the rope and goes flying.
Yeah.
Fucking hits a window.
Yeah, man. We used to have wild shit. So I got some text messages from Ponyboy.
Oh,
Yeah, Ponyboy made some corrections to some of our
yes.
podcasts.
Correct us, Pony
Yeah,
Boy.
so I have to give a shout out to Ponyboy. Number one, he was let's see if I can find this. Yeah, he was talking about Gleaming the Cube, right? We were talking about Gleaming
Yep,
the Cube with
I love
Christian
that
Slater.
movie. Yep.
He's
Great
like
movie.
the star of that movie was Rodney Mullen.
Yep.
Yeah, he was the star of that
Classic.
movie. And we were talking about Dogtown.
Yep.
You remember we were talking about
Yep.
Dogtown? We
Famous,
and we said
famous
that was
city.
Tony Hawk got his start.
Yep.
I stand corrected, Ponyboy. Dogtown is not about Tony Hawk. It was about Tony Alvia and Jay Adams. And apparently the whole movie, all they're doing is ragging on Tony Hawk. So,
Really?
yeah. And now I'm going to have to go back and
I
research
thought Tony
it.
Hawk was in the movie though. Wasn't he?
I can't remember now.
I thought Tony Hawk played. I thought Dogtown was the movie. I mean, I haven't seen it in
that's
20
when they were
years.
like skateboarding pools
right,
and shit.
doing
Yeah.
the old pool thing. But I thought that whole movie was supposed to be an origin movie. Like, came out 10 years later, but it was about history of skateboarding.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I
yeah.
could be wrong. I got to watch the movie again. I haven't watched it in a long time.
And then he told me that we had to watch what was that? Thrashing. If you want to see a real skateboarding movie, watch Thrashing.
What's that
So-
one about?
I don't know. We're gonna have to find out. We're gonna have to track it down.
I think I just might.
You say you might about a lot of shit, and I'm finding out you might halfway, kind of
Yeah.
like book reading.
Dude,
You read a half a book, and then you
believe
get
it.
and then you get mad when Mega Beast drops the end of a movie to you.
Oh, she fucked me. 16 years or some shit like that. I was waiting. At that point, I was just waiting for the buildup. At that point, I was just like, man, this is going to be climactic.
It's not her fault that in 16 years you never finished the book.
Book was scary, bro.
So
I'll tell you what, Stephen King can write some shit. I don't think I've ever read anybody else's books and been afraid. Like that.
oh, you're gonna give him that much love.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have much experience with it. So, it's not much to take from this.
You don't read too many scary
But I'm
books.
just saying there's a reason I don't read them, and that's one of the reasons. His books are creepy as fuck.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. The
I would-
Mega Beast reads them all the time. That's how I know she's cuckoo.
Dude, don't be talking too much trash.
She's a fucking psycho.
You're gonna wake up with a
No,
knife
she's
in your
not-
chest.
She's not listening to this anymore. We're on episode like 50.
She's
Given up.
She's just given up on us.
Bro, I don't remember the last time she told me she listened to an episode. She's too busy beating me and stuff.
Do you feel safe at home?
Sometimes.
Do you
When-
need an
when you're he-
intervention?
When you're here, Joe Skelly.
All
When you're here.
right. Do you need an intervention?
Yeah. Maybe.
So we got an upcoming trip coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, if you promote it now, that fucks us if we don't deliver, though.
We're gonna deliver. We just don't even have, we don't even have to mention where we're going. We're
Oh,
just
okay.
going.
Okay.
We're just going.
Joe Skelly's going to be on camera,
Maybe.
baby.
So ridiculous. I can't even take
Oh.
you seriously with your emo hair, bro.
We're still on that?
I'm still on
Listen.
this hair. Dude, you need to get that fixed, bro.
It's Asian, man. I can't help it. It's the half Asian in me.
You,
It's the fake Asian,
it's
as
the,
you call
the
it.
Ficasian,
The
yeah.
Ficasian.
The Ficasian.
not to be confused with a Caucasian. Not ever. Not ever. But
Yeah.
you know, I would have got a better response on Friday if I wouldn't have shaved the mustache, and I was thinking about that after. I was like, fuck, I should have kept that. I could have really been in with the owner.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 If you trimmed
I
it up,
almost got out.
if you
but
trimmed
then
it up a little bit different.
Once he called me the DD, I was good, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Once he realized.
Oh, when he fronted on you.
Right. It's like, what? Oh, you're the DD? Oh, okay, we're good now. We're good. That's why you're not giving me money for margaritas? Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I was just laughing about, and I was telling you the story about, I know a guy who's looks like Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh boy.
And he's a civil servant, and they were in a parade. And he's in the front of this vehicle, and all the kids are chasing the vehicle, screaming Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh my god.
Because they thought he was Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh my god.
And this department's so poor that they couldn't afford candy to throw out to the kids.
Yes.
So they had a giant trash bag full of all the condiments that they collected over the past year. And so they're throwing ketchup and mustard and hot sauce packets
packs out
and honey packets out the window. So I could only imagine they're like, fucking broke ass Machine Gun Kelly.
Right. Machine Gun Kelly's a piece of shit.
Fuck that dude. I'm never listening to him again.
Right.
He threw me some hot sauce packets out the window of this vehicle.
I don't know, man. Depending on where you are, that might be worth something.
Maybe.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm just
fold those bad boys in half, stick them under a toilet seat. You're good to go.
Stop.
Old school.
That is old school.
Old school.
That is old school. Yeah, I bet those kids were fucking pissed. They chased that vehicle for like 2 miles because they wanted to get
it was Machine Gun Kelly. Bro, I'd have been
they
sticking my head out, repeating lyrics, throwing peace signs, and getting pictures with people.
Dude, they wanted him to sign autographs and shit.
Right.
Dude.
Yeah.
And I guess he was playing it up a little bit.
Listen, if that happens to you, you need to do it. It's not a horrible thing. It's only a horrible thing if you start it. If you're walking around like, hey, I'm MGK, look at my dress, that's on you. But if somebody else, you know, makes that mistake, let them live in that light for a sec.
Oh, they did for like 3 miles.
Right. Here's some salt packs, bitches. Right at the end, he's like, here's some salt pack, bitches. I'm not even the real MGK. Go fuck yourself.
Dude, those kids must have been fucking pissed. Fucking cheap ass MGK throwing me mustard packages.
I don't really fuck with MGK. I respect him for what he does. But further than that, it's like Putin, right? I respect Putin for what he does. Do what you do, bro. I'm not going to get on board with you. I'm not going to join your ranks. I'm not going to hang out with you.
You're not going to try out for Putin Do?
No. Yeah, of course I am. I got a black belt in Putin Do, motherfucker.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I gave it to myself last week.
Oh, wait. You printed your shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, you downloaded your shirt?
Our shirt. Yeah, right. So, fuck, that's all fun. You made me lose track. Fuck, what the fuck we were talking about because of Putin Do.
Yeah. That's coming. That's coming, folks.
What the fuck?
Get your official Putin Do shirt.
So I hung out with a kid. Oh, fuck. So, I hung out with this guy who told me a story once. So I was playing the bag game. All right. Bag game's one of my favorite. I used to play this game. Let me rephrase that. Used to play the bag game. It's where you walk into any store and you try to buy a bag of drugs of your choice. Right?
In the store.
Random store. Right?
Okay.
So obviously everybody right now who's over the age of 25 is like, yeah, bro, just go to a pizza shop, which is correct. Right?
Right.
So you're hitting pizza shops, but you still got to pick the guy out of the crowd. And if you pick the guy out of the crowd and you get him first try, you win. Because you can go to any pizza shop and be like, hey, man, I need a bag. You know, and somebody's going to look around the pizza shop and go, yeah, man, you're going to need to see Ted over there. You know what I'm saying? But if you get him, you're good to go. Well, I pulled one night. This was a long time ago. Who was the guy? Said, hey, man, I need a bag with this pizza. He said, I'll get off in 20. Where do you live?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I said, okay, cool. And he came over. This is right when we started the studio and whatever. Anyways, he got on telling me, he goes, yeah, man, I went to prison for like 2 years. I don't remember what the fuck he went for. It was something that only gets you 2 years, apparently. Probably theft or some shit. And he was like, and then I came out and my homie was homies with MGK. And my homie was like, yo, my boy just got out of prison. You should come play his arrival home party or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, his welcome home party.
Welcome home party. And I guess MGK showed up.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, this was when he first started. And, you know, I mean, come on, bro. If you're a rapper and somebody tells you, hey, dog, my homeboy just came home from prison.
Oh,
come
yeah.
play his show.
You want that clout.
Right.
You want that clout.
You want that clout.
Right.
Because the next time he tells the story, he's like, I was at some welcome home prison parties. He's not about to tell you that he was at home for some insurance scams, and that's why the boys just came home after a year and a half at a white collar.
Right.
But that clout, right?
Right.
So this kid was telling me that, and I just remember, like, he's a stranger, just got a bag off of him. Probably not the best time to be hanging out with. Probably not the best guy to hang out with. Super nice guy, though.
Right.
Really nice guy. But he was, like, going on about MGK's my homie, and I'm just like, I don't really like MGK, dog. I'm not gonna tell you that today.
Right.
I'm gonna keep that to myself because that's my opinion. But yeah, that's my only MGK story. Yeah, one of our boys just went and saw MGK the other day.
Oh yeah.
He don't listen to the podcast though, so we can make fun of him all day. Fuck him for not listening to the podcast and for going to see MGK.
Right. What the fuck?
And then he's like, I'm not going to the tech show. I think he's genuinely afraid.
Oh, he wouldn't go to tech, but he'd go to MGK.
Yeah. And you know why?
Mm.
I think he's one of those. I think he's one of our more sheltered friends when it comes to the rap culture.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
I think that's what that is.
All right.
I'm not going to ask him.
Should I date myself right now?
You could.
And I'll tell you,
if they've listened to 50 episodes, they know a little bit because we've said some shit.
All right.
Like they know it's your fault that vegans exist.
Oh
so
my God.
Go ahead.
All right. So one of the first shows I ever went to.
Oh, you really pulling the stops out.
Beastie Boys, License to Ill.
Oh my God, son. I was sitting here like, there's no way he's going to date too hard unless he goes with like ABBA. Oh no, you really went deep.
Joe, I went deep.
Beastie Boys, huh?
License to Ill, right?
Oh.
And they played with Fishbone.
What the fuck?
Dude, that show was wild.
How old were you, Joe Skelly? We got to go with it now.
14.
God damn, son.
I was 14.
You saw Beastie Boys when you were 14?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Saw them when I was 14, and it was wild.
That's crazy.
That show was out of control. Dude, they were throwing
six packs in their prime.
Dude, they were throwing 6 packs of Budweiser out into the crowd. They had 2 cages on the stage with strippers in them. It was some wild shit.
You know the Beastie Boys have highly influenced the rap god.
Oh, yeah.
Marshall Mathers. Eminem.
Yeah. Oh,
Eminem literally talks about it.
Oh, yeah, dude. They were wild. You know what? If we're talking about movies, if you can find this movie, first appearance of the Beastie Boys in a movie.
Yeah, which one is it?
Run DMC, Tougher Than Leather.
Oh, yeah. That's a...
And they're eating dinner with Run DMC at some fancy restaurant.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's gangster as fuck.
That's old school.
Shout out to the Beastie Boys.
If you can find it, Tougher Than Leather with Run DMC.
The sound engineer's mom, she knows every Beastie Boy lyric.
Well, I believe it.
It's fucking creepy.
I believe it.
She's one of those I memorize lyrics people. I can't do that, which is ironic since I write music. I can't even memorize my own lyrics, bro. I write a whole song and within 2 hours, I'm like, what? We write that?
Did I write this?
I don't remember
this
that
shit. This is terrible.
But we talked about that with the podcast too. We record an episode and then an hour later, I don't know what we talked about. So it makes sense. I'm permanently drunk all the time.
And when you go back through and you're like, I can't believe we said that.
I'm like, damn, yeah. Oh, damn, we're so funny, but we probably shouldn't have talked about this. Right. I know there's going to be some horrible shit. So whatever. But back to the Beastie Boys though, man. Those are pioneers of the industry, so to speak.
Yeah, you know they used to be in a punk rock band before they were the Beastie Boys?
I do not doubt it.
Yeah,
not
they used to be punkers, bro.
50% of musicians are usually in a band that has nothing to do with what they get famous for.
Right, and I think the band, if I'm not mistaken, I think the band was called The Young and the Useless.
Oh my God. And they usually have horrible names.
Right.
I'm waiting because we started with hip hop, so we should end somewhere like in country.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And considering some of the shit we've been fucking with lately, and the fact that Joe Skelly will be jumping on a mic for other reasons, I'm thinking it might go that way a little.
Listen, I've gotten into the outlaw country music.
Right.
Outlaw country music.
Let's write some lyrics right now, Joe Skelly.
No, let's not.
Together.
No, let's not.
Let's see. My name's Joe Skelly, and I only eat fries.
Bro, is this country or is this rap?
All right, fine. My name's Joe Skelly, and I lost all my fries.
Oh.
And now we are country.
Now we're country. Just
I
like
guess,
that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Fuck.
I didn't lose the dog, bro. Or the dogs.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
No.
I'm not one of those guys. I'm not trying to lose my dog.
No, hell no.
Now that you've dated yourself with that fucking Beastie Boys concert show thing, what's the most awkward show you've ever been to?
Ooh.
Like where you just showed up and you were like, fuck, I'm in the wrong spot.
No, you know what was weird? When I was repping with that one band, we played a show, and then in the opposite room, the
Mhm.
Cottonmouth Kings were playing.
Yeah. You did mention that.
So we were doing a punk show on one side, and they had the Cottonmouth Kings on the other side.
Mm.
That was wild.
That's
wild.
not awkward though.
That's not
'cause
awkward.
You're still with the punk boys.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever been
You ever
to
been out of place at a show?
Nah, not really.
Yeah, me neither. I did.
That fell flat on its face.
Yeah. I had to go to a Bon Jovi show once.
Was that awkward?
It was boring.
Okay.
Like, so
What
I'm-
would be awkward?
like, I don't. Yeah, that's a good question, I guess, too. Maybe you end up at a drag show. Of course, how do you end up there without not knowing you're going there? No,
And
I
that's
don't know.
not
It's
a
just-
concert.
Well, like, yeah, you're right. No, I mean, I don't know, weird, boring, whatever. That the Bon Jovi show wasn't so great.
Dude, I was
We
at
got
a-
the tickets for free.
Look, I was at a drag show one time. True story. I was at a drag show, and the drag queens got into a bar fight.
The queens themselves?
Oh yeah, and they were swinging bar stools at each other.
Oh.
It was fucking wild. I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Well, smell like ladies, fight like men.
Dude,
Hello.
this shit was it, and it jumped off quick.
Right.
It wasn't like some slow rolling steamroller that needed time to build
They
up.
just
Like
over second somebody hit somebody and then it was on like Donkey Kong.
it was on like Donkey Kong. Dude, it was like a bar fight in a movie.
Right. 1 minute we're fine and the next minute it's just a chain reaction of dominoes.
Dude, and there's like 100 people just going at it.
That's a good time.
That was
That's the
craziness.
problem. A lot of dresses, but more testosterone still.
Yeah.
You're not getting away from that.
Dude, it was crazy. It
You know
was
what-
crazy.
You know what they got at a Bon Jovi show?
What's that?
Billions of women.
Oh, for sure.
Nothing but broads.
How about the time I went and saw Prince?
You saw Prince?
I saw Prince, man.
Oh, dude, why?
Listen, my buddy was like, "Hey, Prince is coming to town. We should go see him." And I was
God
like,
damn it.
and I was young and stupid. I was like, "Fuck that! I'm not
Right.
gonna go to that
Fuck
show.
Prince. It'll be
Fuck.
boring.
It's stupid as fuck."
Right. Then you went there and they were the
Listen,
finest broads you've ever
Bro,
seen.
he was like, "Listen, the ratio of women to men at this concert is gonna be like 27 to
Yep.
1."
Yep.
And I was like, "All right."
Yep.
My man played for 2.5 hours by himself.
What a gangster.
Dude, just nonstop. And it was wild.
I love Prince.
Dude, Prince is awesome.
Yeah.
I'll give him
I've
that.
watched all of his underground like rehearsal.
Oh, the old school
They're
video.
great, bro. He's a fucking machine.
Yeah, he was a machine.
Machina.
Yeah.
Right.
My man was wild.
Yeah, and so I went to date myself. I was already, it was what, 99 when I went. And Bon Jovi been around for what, since the 80s or some shit?
For like 40 years by that time.
Right. So we went and it was really cool because you could see like 3 generations of women there, right? Like the daughter, the mom, and the grandma, and one is just as fine as the next.
Oh, yeah.
And they all had Bon Jovi shirts on. And it was really funny as you'd see like this woman who is probably a grandma, but she's banging hot on the scale. She's like a 12 out of 10. And she's got the Bon Jovi shirt of Bon Jovi when he was 20.
Right.
And you're just like, have you been saving that shirt and wearing it to every fucking show?
You better believe
You
it.
know they have.
You
right,
better believe it.
right.
How about this? I had a friend that went to a Rod Stewart concert,
Ooh.
right? And they and Rod Stewart was selling women's panties with his face on the crotch.
No.
Yes.
We need those.
Yeah.
Joe Skelly's face on women's panties.
No, that's not gonna
That's
work. bro.
happening. I'm writing it down in the notebook right now. Joe Skelly.
Dude, I'm like, how gangster are you that you're selling panties, thongs, right, with your face on the crotch?
with
dude?
with conviction and confidence
Yeah, with conviction. and
because they bought
confidence.
them.
Yes, they did. I mean, somebody was buying them. Obviously, they were selling them.
Right.
It wasn't like, their market research. So let's just do this on a
No,
whim.
They're just geniuses.
yeah, and
That's
it's
marketing. That's good marketing.
That
though.
is good marketing.
Hey, feminine products are the best. That's why we have wonderful soaps coming.
Wonderful soaps coming.
Just shameless shout out on our own show.
Yeah.
There's no shame in shouting your own stuff on your own show, is there?
No,
Oh, okay. So we're Gucci.
we're totally Gucci.
BaysBasement.com.
Yeah, check out the merchandise because
Write us.
pretty soon we're gonna have the soaps up there once those product pictures get taken.
Listen, if you got any money to pay that photographer, we get him on moving.
Dude, I got a 40 in my pocket right now. I'll pay his ass to
A
get
whole jar,
a
a whole bottle.
whole
We're going to the teacher's parking lot.
Yeah, sit on the hood of the car.
You told me it'd be safe to park in the teacher's parking lot. Damn it. Yeah. I forgot about that too, and just till you just mentioned it earlier.
Oh yeah.
Teacher's parking lot. That's right.
Yep.
You remember? So this is how you know you were a fucked up hooligan. If every time you left school, one of your friends in the group was talking about how they were going to smash one of the teacher's cars, you probably were with the wrong people.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Was that in this conversation we were talking about those horrible kids that try to stab other kids and got
Yes.
disappeared?
Yes.
I had
Dude,
one.
you can't even remember the beginning of the podcast?
No. I had one kid who tried to poison a teacher.
What?
Yeah, he did the old Visine on her
Oh.
and got caught.
Oh.
He disappeared
Yeah, I believe it.
immediately.
I believe that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to old Red. It's probably sitting somewhere in a crack house. We still love you, buddy. You're funny. You're a weird motherfucker.
if you have the ability to listen to this podcast now.
If you're listening, we still love you.
Okay.
Hope you're doing well.
Have you heard from Benny Edge? Like we keep
No.
keep putting things out on the air.
So Benny Edge. So I went back to my old boss to talk about Benny Edge, and he told me this. He goes, you know, he has like 9 kids now. And I said, what? And he goes, yeah. He goes, he was here, had a bunch of kids.
Would he become Mormon?
I don't know. I guess he jumped ship from here in the middle of the day, went to Atlanta, had 2 kids, went back to Florida, had another kid, and then supposedly went back to Alaska.
To kill more
in
polar
between, right, in between having the 2 kids he went to court for, who
In
had the
Arizona.
murdering people, right, and then having the 3 he had here, he went and apparently had a few more, and then just disappeared.
Yeah, and
So the
now my
dude's up
man's
to like a huge count.
yeah, my man's hiding in Alaska working on the pipeline, trying to get that money to pay that child support.
Right. Well, no, you probably not. Dude, eight fucking shingles. There's no way. How are you going to pay for that? You could have all the jobs in the world. You ain't keeping up on that bill.
Fuck no.
Even in the smallest amount, even if you were paying the smallest amount for our state, what would you be looking at? $2,400 a month?
Probably.
How the fuck are you going to afford that?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of cash.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cash.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Well, like I said, if you want to go on the run, Alaska's the place to go.
is it?
Yeah.
I don't want to be anywhere where something could eat me while I'm outside. That's all I'm saying. If I got to walk outside and there's a possibility a polar bear could be in my trash can, we have problems.
Yeah. You do. Alaska's wild. Did I ever tell you about the time I met the dude from the militia up there?
What? Oh my God.
So I'm hanging out at this bar in Fairbanks, Alaska, right? And there's a dude in the bar. Looks like fucking Grizzly Adams, right?
Good.
Giant ass beard,
Best way to start.
red and black flannel, suspenders.
Oh, like that.
He's got like the boonie hat on, right?
Yes.
He walks up and, excuse me, son. I said, yes, sir. You United States Marine. I said, yes, sir. He put out his hand. He's like, Wally Duncan, 1st Fairbanks Militia. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh.
I was like, oh, hello, Wally Duncan. How are you?
Wait, we could be friends while I'm here. Cause
Dude. And then he's like, I'll tell you what, when the lower 48 fall to the United Nations and their black helicopters, Alaska's the last bastion of hope for this country. We got more guns in these hills than the government will ever know about.
oh.
And I said, Wally, I'm glad you and I are friends, but it's time for me to leave.
Oh my God. If you have any stories about the militia, and we do, but we're going to leave those for later, write us.
Shit.
BaysBasement.com.
Fuck it. If you know Wally Duncan,
Oh no.
send us a
no,
message.
He's drawing attention.
I wonder if that old timer's still alive. He ended up telling me he lives in the mountains.
Yep, of course. With the
Uh,
Hatchet Man.
and with the Hatchet Man, right? Or the Machete Man.
Machete Man, right,
With
right,
Machete
right.
Man. And he only comes out of the mountains once a month to buy supplies.
No.
And this happened to be his one day of the month that he's out of the mountains to get supplies, and he was at the bar getting a little tootska rootskied.
Nope.
Before he took his wagon train back up into the mountains.
That is horrible. 30, 97 seconds. Nothing you can use, and everything you want.